Hey, what's going on? Corey here with you. Wanted to shoot a video today on how to deal with things that seem unacceptable. So really it's how to accept current situations so that we can either come to a sense of peace within and move forward into something that we really want to do or a different type of situation that we really want to have. Oftentimes, like I keep saying, we get dealt these cards in life and we can't turn them back in and get a new hand. So we're sitting there and we're like, all right, I got this situation. It sucks. I wish I could trade it for somebody else's, but we can't. So there's a great term. There was a time when, I was smoking a lot of pot and using drugs and drinking and stuff like that. And I went into NA, Narcotics Anonymous, and there's a term they always used to throw around, and it's a big term. It's to lean into something, right? So picture everyone sitting there in their chairs and they're sober. It's a new feeling. Everyone's spent their whole lives covering up, medicating, and putting a Band-Aid on everything, right? And so they're feeling just like raw and just terrible inside, and like they want to go back to using or they want to change their situation fast. And it's just like, I remember the mentors and everyone used to say, well, just lean into the uncomfortable part. And when that finally locked in for me, I was like, wait a second. All right, so there's immense power in fully accepting a situation. And, it's a funny term, acceptance. And what does acceptance mean? Does it mean that we're going to condone this and we're going to wish for this to keep happening? And, we want our whole rest of our lives to be like this? No. Instead, coming to a terms of acceptance is being able to just say, okay, this is so right now, and it is. I'm not going to judge it. I'm not going to say it's great. I'm not going to say it's horrible. I'm just going to stay right in the middle and just say, okay, it is. Now what? And so it's almost like putting it into neutral. You know what I mean? It's like you can't go in drive straight from reverse. Let's just say reverse is the thing that we have to come to accept. It feels like we're going in reverse, and we may even visibly, physically be going in reverse, right? Like 2 steps back and maybe only 1 forward. And so we're like, all right, I want to go forward. I want to put it in drive. Well, we got to go from that reverse to the neutral. And what gets us into that neutral place, which is a place of immense power and centeredness, is to say, I accept this. And, that can be a challenge. So if you're struggling with accepting something, maybe it's a given situation, that's okay. This reminds me, oh God, there was a time I was living in California and I was broke. I was borrowing money from people. That was a horrible feeling. And, almost as bad as it was back in the day when my Tourettes was at their worst. And someone was like, man, just accept that, where you're at. And I was like, oh, wow. Okay. So I came to that place. I'm like, all right, this is it. I looked at the bank account. There's like $5 in it. And I was like, all right, okay. And then as I shifted into that, everything sort of started to fall in line in the whole universe. That's the other cool part is, imagine that we are I like this term, is the event horizon, right? Where we're coming from the inside of who we are and we're looking out, right? And there's a place where there's a center point where we meet the outside world, right? The unlimited inward to the unlimited outward. And that event horizon is like right here, right? I would like to say, maybe like a centimeter behind our eyes or right at our eyes. And we shift into that place, and looking outward, we make those shifts inside, and then the outward reflects. So this is back like old school personal development. Let's make sure we're still recording. I don't want to have to shoot this twice. I got a lot of stuff to do today. So as we shift on the inside, our outward world reflects, which can be the hard part about accepting something physical with us. Maybe it's like your Tourettes or your tics or any situation, right? It can be hard to do that because it's like, well, what's so wrong on the inside that the out reflected that? But not to get too caught up into that and just go, okay, again, it is what it is already. The outward, it is what it is, beautiful or not. And so we make that shift on the inside of like, all right, I'm at peace with this. And if I'm not, how can I be at peace with this? And it may take weeks, months, and years to get at peace with a certain situation or a certain circumstance. You know, people, they hit that sort of thing. I hate to throw out the jail reference, right? But you know, say someone gets put into jail, it's out of their hands at that point. You know, they can still hire their attorney and they can do appeals and all that sort of stuff. But for the time being, they're in a cell. And what can they do? They can fight it. They can go off the rails and become unwound. Or they can go, okay, I'm at peace. Now, what can I do? Well, maybe I'll read. Maybe I'll work on myself, push-ups, and I'll make friends with the people around me. It's like, how can we make the best of a challenging situation? Step number one, get to be at peace with it and accept it. Doesn't mean you got to condone it. Just be at peace with it and accept it. And then from there, everything in the world will start to align with us. And again, don't put a timeline on it. You know, it's not an exact science, but it may very well be a natural law. You know, it's kind of interesting in the world, right? It's like we meet and we're right in the middle of like things that are, there's natural forces, natural things that are happening out of our hands. And then that meets like perfectly with us and our input. You know, we're almost co-creating things. Regardless of the hand we're dealt, then we're co-creating from there on. So like the lubrication to that is, okay, acceptance, lower the resistance, right? Because when we resist something, it persists, right? It's an old school one too. We lower the resistance, lower the emotion, the hate, the tension, the trigger, the high impact emotion, neutralize it first, and bring everything meeting face to face. And then we can start to stack things like a daily action, a series of daily actions, small little steps, certain thoughts that we'll think, reminders, little bracelets we can wear, you know? And then as we do that from a neutral place, then it's a true like 1 to 2 ratio, right? You know, make that little step here and goes outwards, and it kind of exponentially goes. At least that's what we hope. No, I got some hard facts for that. I got some proof of things in life. Like I have made monumental jumps from bad situations with that exact method. So I hope it works for you. If it sounds like something you're looking to give a try, definitely let us know. And if this is useful to you, put a little comment down in the section below and share it with your friends if someone would like it. Definitely hit the like and subscribe button, hit the bell so you get all my updated content. And again, thank you so much.